Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Sorry about that. That was a little bit of, I had to just check the thumbnail real quick of the stream to make sure we are doing the correct thing. I had it set to the wrong flight by accident in the stream, so that's why it changed right in front of you all the information. But yes. So without further ado, though, I think it's gonna be a beautiful flight. The time in game, I believe, is... Ooh, look, let's fire up the battery first and let's get this plane pretty much started up, and then we'll think about all that good stuff. So let's fire that up. Turn on the 2 batteries. And then boom. Ready. In-game time is set to... The time is going to be 6:51 UTC. So it is pretty much 6:51 in the morning. It's going to be a beautiful flight over to Charles de Gaulle, Paris. You hear 2 of me. Well, that's not good. Yeah, I'm not sure why you do. I have set to everything on my end correctly. Make sure you don't have 2 tabs of me open. Ready. Let's get this beautiful Airbus kind of started up somewhat, and then we can go from there. Why is that set to on? Whatever. Arm the lights. Let's turn on the cabin, the cockpit lights on. And then I think let's go ahead and start up the APU. Alrighty, the APU is starting up. So we can see that EGT is coming up. Let's turn on the lighting in here a little bit. It's going to be a golden hour flight, so that's going to be very beautiful. As we're flying over, we can even see the sun is starting to rise up just a little bit. It's going to be a very beautiful flight. So let's kind of slowly, not yet slowly though, kind of rush over there. Not rush, but kind of get in the air, you know. So the plane is ready, so we can be up in the air as the sun's rising up. So it'll be very beautiful for you guys. Alrighty. Let's come up the Sim Pilot 1000 Machine 9000. You go ahead and plug in my HOTASs. I'm on, baby. Oh my gosh, these USBs. Boom, boom. Beautiful. That's it. Speed good, set, good, good. Alrighty. So APU is running. Let's go ahead and get the passengers, start to get the passengers on board. APU started, so let's turn on bleed. And let's get this cabin nicely temperaturized. So let's turn down the temperatures a bit. Let's set that to conditioning. Ready. Let's go ahead and get all the stuff done for us. Why is this bright? Let's go back to... Let's go back and let's go to FlyPad. Is this brightness not set to auto? Indeed it is. Okay. Get that there. It's actually pretty warm at 11 degrees, so that's not too bad. Let's go ahead and get the jet bridge connected, cargo door, and the catering truck. Let's start firing up the lights a bit. Logo lights are on. Wing lights are coming on. Strobe lights can be on auto. And then landing lights can be out, but not on. Ready, let's get the INS systems coming online. So let's fire up the aiders. Wait for on bat to go. Let's do engine fire on. Beautiful. So the same thing with this one. As you saw, the on bat light was extinguished. Do the same with that. Let's make sure our ground recorder is working, so ground control on. Hear the beep. Light just extinguished, and the third one. Boom. Okay. Let's now go ahead and get the 2 panels lit up. Sweet. We got those 2 panels lit up. Ready. Now let's get the passengers board. We're going to have about 106 passengers on this flight. With an average weight of 182. 82. 44. Go. There is our passenger boarding system, very advanced. Alrighty. Cargo is being loaded, so keep there in services. Or payload. Alrighty. We're going to need about 14,000. Oh, we're already fueled up, right? We're already ready to go for the fuel, so that's good. This is the beautiful boarding music. Passengers are being boarded on this beautiful aircraft. INS is aligning. Everything's going sweet. Let's go and check the conditioning temperatures. Cockpits are kind of getting up to temperature. It's not too cold outside at 11 degrees Celsius, but it is not hot. So let's go ahead and get this beautiful bird started. So let's get our align on reference going. So it'll be just a bit quicker to align. Confirm. Right, this flight's gonna be Qatar. Actually, can I? Okay. Qatar Airways flight 870. The cost index of this flight is 6. At a flight altitude of 37,000 feet. Ground temperature is 11 degrees. And our alternative will be Brussels Airfield. Brussels International Airport. So that'll be BBR. My bad. BBR. There we go. We're going to do automatic wind load. There you go. Sweet. So that's that page done. Hey. INSs are kind of coming by. Now, let's go ahead and get the actual flight plan done, and this part will be a little tricky. So flight plan, I have a monitor going on this background, and actually I'm going to go ahead and drag it over here so you guys can see it. So here we have Dublin. There's Paris, and then that's our alternative, so we can see our flight plan will fly over the English Channel. So, first waypoint will be Bal. Let's clear this so we have a fresh start. Clear. Clear. Sweet. So first airport would be BAL. It's going to be the one that's 10 nautical miles away from us. And then from there on, we're going to take to Nepod. Nepod's going to take us over the Irish Sea. And then from Nepod, we're going to take Pesit. P-E-S-I-T, Pesit. Then from Pesit, we're going to go to Bakur. And then for Bakur, we're going to take airway N546 to STU. To STU. And then we're going to take P2 from, we're going to take airways to Papa 2. Where's my P? There you go, P2. To Niget. Whoops. And Niget. Cert. From there, that should bring on all the waypoints. There it is. And then from Niget, we're going to take L18 to Vapad. Airways L18 to Vapad. Cert. And then from Vapad, oops, did not mean to full screen that. From Vapad, we're going to take November 859 to GWC. Airways there to November 859 to GWC. Alrighty, we got that set. Let's keep going. So now we're going to start entering the English channel. So we're going to go ahead and go from Y8. I hope. Y8. Airways. Y8. Over to, as we can see here, Wafu. Boom. Start that. We're almost done. Doesn't look like it, but we are. We're going to take M605 to Zadil. M6, no, it's K, whoops. Where's my M60, M605 to Zydil. Actually make that M605 to buybacks. Two buybacks, please.
Calling completed.
Ready? Cabin has been completed. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and go to buybacks. Boom. From buybacks, from there, we're going to take arrival. It's going to be runway, our ILS runway 26 left. It's our expected landing runway. It says 09 left, but it's going to be 26 left.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, on behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer, and cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard our flight. We're just wrapping up some paperwork up front here and waiting to receive final numbers from the ground crew, then we'll be on our way. Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a very important safety briefing. We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the safety operations of this Airbus aircraft. We do appreciate your business having you aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard.
VMO bro, insert. Boom, and that's our flight plan. Done. 26 left, VMO bro. Boom, that's pretty simple. We will, as you see, manual computer side to do it manually. Simply, we're just gonna, once we get to a point, we're gonna have to manually use the heading selector and go into the southish direction to kind of align for ILS approach, and then from there on we'll deal with it. Alrighty, that's our flight plan done. It looks like passengers have been boarded, so let's go ahead and go and do the takeoff config. That is not the correct fuel weight. Correct fuel weight's gonna be 14,000, but for takeoff will be 13.5. It's going to switch to 13.5. Let's confirm that. Ready. Air navigation, let's not even talk about that, so let's go ahead and select that to buybacks. Actually, let's go ahead and set that to Charles de Gaulle. LF. Where's the PG? Hello, Sloth Thunder. How are you doing tonight? I hope this flight is kind of comfortable to you. We're getting this beautiful plane, getting ready to start it, and go for a beautiful takeoff. And it's going to be golden hour, so hopefully that is. It's already kind of turning daytime, so that's going to be really pretty. So cockpit's at temperature. Flight computer's done. I'm doing fine. I'm getting ready, really excited to fly this flight because it's going to be a beautiful flight over the English Channel in Britain. And the sun's going to be just coming up, so it'll be really pretty to go ahead and see. It's going to be a really pretty sunrise, and from there on we can hopefully get a good flight in. So I'm really excited. Stick around. It's going to be really beautiful, the sky. But let's go ahead and not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and start the takeoff, or let's go ahead and push back and get ready for this beautiful bird to go. So seatbelts on, no smoking's on. Turn on all the fuel pumps. Engine fire switch has already been selected. Nav ready. Let's go ahead and request IFR clearance, so we can get this beautiful plane up in the air.
Dublin clearance delivery Qatar Airways tree.
Taxi
Flight
lights
ready
out.
to copy IFR clearance to de Gaulle.
Qatar Airways 345 is cleared to de Gaulle Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 28 left, climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure frequency is 123.999 squawk 0422.
I guess I have the TCAS system ready, so.
Qatar Airways 345 cleared to de Gaulle Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 28 left, climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure on 123.999 squawk 0422.
Yeah, that's done. That's ready.
Qatar Airways 345 feedback is correct. Contact ground on 130.79 when ready to taxi. Good day.
Oh yes, let's go ahead and make sure what runway they say we needed to go is cleared to runway 28 left. So let's go from Dublin to departure. It's going to be 28 left. Sorry. 28 left. From there on now we can check our ready. So we're going to have a V1 speed of 131 knots. a rotate speed at 148 knots, and a climb at, not climb, but V2 at 161 knots. Transition altitude is going to be 5,000 feet here, or 1,600 meters for you people. And then we're going to have trim set to 1/1.2 up. So simply, we're going to have flaps 1 on takeoff, and the trim's going to be 1.2 up. Flex to temperature 48.3 degrees. Ready to calculate that before we got up. Ready, let's quickly run through these pages real quick. Climb is going to be at 265 knots. Cruise is going to be at 255 knots. And descent is going to be at 270. Yeah, it's going to be a very beautiful flight. Yeah. This is what your pilots were doing in the front of the cockpit. Alright, let's go ahead and tune ground for taxi clearance.
Dublin ground, Qatar Airways Tree 45, with Yankee ready to taxi IFR.
Qatar Airways Tree 45 taxi to and hold short of runway 28 left using taxiway Lima India November Kilo, Tree Lima India November Kilo, 2 Echo 1 cross runway Tree 4. Contact tower on 119.805 when ready.
Ready, thrust level set to idle, ignition set to start. It's not too complicated. Ready. Let's let the sexy lady talk. Let's acknowledge taxi clearance.
Taxi to and hold short runway 28 left using taxiway Lima India November Kilo, Tree Lima India November Kilo, 2 Echo 1 cross runway Tree for Qatar Airways Tree 45.
Fasten your seatbelt and insert the flat metal edge into the buckle on the straps and tight. The release should lift the top flap of the buckle. Please keep your seatbelt back and low and tight across your lap, even when the seatbelt sign is off, and have it visible to the crew at all times. Your life vest is in a pouch under your seat and instructed by the crew. Tear open the pouch, release the vest.
And we are taxiing. Let's go ahead and start up engine 2.
Strap around your waist. Secure the buckle and hold the strap tight. Are you exit the aircraft and place the vest by pulling down firmly on the red tab, or blowing into the tubes on both sides. A locator light on the shoulder will turn on automatically in weather, and remember, never place your vest inside the aircraft. This Airbus A320 has 8 emergency exits, 2 doors in the front, 4 window exits over the wings, and 2 doors in the back. Each door is equipped with an evacuation slide that can be detached from the aircraft and used as a ramp. All exits are clearly marked with a sign overhead. If necessary, floor level lighting will illuminate the aisle top and behind the exit. Please take a moment now to locate your closest exit and remember it may be behind you. If there is a change in cabin pressure, 4 oxygen masks will drop from overhead. Firmly pull the mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Place the mask over your nose and mouth, pull the elastic bands around your head, and tighten using the straps on both sides. Even though the bag may not inflate, oxygen will be flowing. Be sure to put your mask on first before helping others, and we'll let you know when it's no longer needed. We'll be passing through the cabin to make sure we are ready for departure. You can help us by making sure your seatbelt is fastened, your seat back is upright, your tray table is stood, and I'll turn it up to put away.
Beautiful start.
If you have any questions about the safety features of this aircraft, please don't hesitate.
Let's go ahead and get a little bit of a left turn going. Let's go ahead and get the first engine started now.
For your convenience, this aircraft has 3 restrooms, one in the front of the cabin and 2 in the back, each is equipped with an engine changing table. We'll be adjusting the main cabin lights for departure if you use your attention in light of weather. Prepare to make sure you have a safe and comfortable flight. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you enjoy this experience.
Beautiful announcement by our nice flight attendant. Alrighty. KTC back on. Ready? And pause that. Set the parking brake, remove the tug, and...
Please prepare for takeoff.
Ready. Let me go ahead and make my captain's announcement. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. I have my pilot's license from a hot air balloon company, so don't worry, I can get you nice in there safely. We're going to be going up in the air shortly. We're going to be cruising at 38,000 feet. For all you nerds, this is an Airbus A320neo. We're going to be taking off on golden hour, so it should be a really pretty flight up, beautiful sunrise, and we'll hopefully enjoy it. Thank you for flying Qatar Airways, and I appreciate everyone's time and comfort. If there's anything I can do to make you less comfortable, please let me know. Alrighty, let's go ahead and kill the APU. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and go to systems. So let's go ahead and switch to normal. Change the flaps to 1. Flaps are extending. And spoilers to armed. Ready, let's go ahead and test our takeoff config. Beautiful. Takeoff config is successful, so this plane's ready for takeoff. Let's go ahead and release the parking brake and let's get taxiing. Go ahead and test the controls. So full up, full down, full left deflection, full right deflection, and we can see over here on the ready. Taxiing over to runway 26 at Dublin International, or was it 28? Can't remember. Taxiing over to a runway that is approved by ATC, and let's get a beautiful takeoff going. Once we get up in the air, I'm going to go ahead and print up some ATIS information. Once we get up in the air, we're going to use the inbuilt printer of this plane. Ready. This is the stop line. So we're about to be entering the runway. So let me go ahead and request takeoff from ATC. They wanted contact runway 1Y9805. Request takeoff
Dublin
plans.
Tower Qatar Airways tree 45 ready for IFR departure runway 28 left.
Qatar Airways tree 45 altimeter
Good for
29.902 wind 272 at 4.
Ready.
Cleared for takeoff runway 28 left.
We are ready for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff runway 28 left Qatar Airways tree 45.
Alrighty, there's the active runway, 28 left right here. Let's go ahead and pull forward to the runway since we're not blocking another active runway. So let's run through the checks. Flaps checked, spoilers to maximum, auto brake to maximum in case of rejected takeoff. Alrighty, I think we're good. So let's go ahead and spool and hold this beautiful plane. So set thrust to half so we can stabilize. Release. Setting takeoff thrust. Set takeoff thrust set. Going for takeoff. Ready? Approaching V1. Rotating. Gears coming up. Autopilot's being set. Flaps going back to normal. And let's go ahead and get to the first
Cattle
waypoint.
Airways tree 45. Contact Dublin departure on 123.9er. Good day.
$250 knots set. Stabilize real quick. Let me go ahead and contact them, and then let's go ahead and reduce the climb thrust.
123.9er for Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo
Reducing
870.
climb thrust. Climb thrust set.
Dublin departure Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870 is passing 2,900 feet, climbing 9,000 feet.
Okay, lights are set.
Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870 Dublin departure altimeter 29.9er 2. Continue as planned.
And he's set to the altimeter. Ready. Beautiful sunrise. Beautiful. Beautiful climb.
Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870 contact Shannon Center on 132.15. Good day. Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870, please acknowledge.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
132.15 for Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870.
Ready.
Shannon Center Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870 9,000 feet.
Climb, please.
Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870 Shannon Center altimeter 29.9er to continue as planned.
Okay, climb, please.
Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870 contact Dublin departure on 123.9er. Good day.
Going to 123.9er Qatar Airways
Beautiful
Quebec
sky.
Tango Romeo 870.
Alright.
Dublin departure Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870 9,000 feet.
Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870 Dublin departure altimeter 29.9er to continue as planned.
Ready.
Qatar Airways
Flight
Quebec
190.
Tango Romeo 870 climb and maintain flight level 190.
Let's climb, baby.
Climb and maintain flight level 190 Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870.
Ready. Going for a climb.
Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870 contact Shannon Center on 132.15. Good day.
Going to 132.15 Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870. Shannon Center Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870 is at 10,800 feet, climbing flight level 190.
Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870 Shannon Center altimeter 29.9er to continue as planned.
Righty, let's continue the climb. Let's continue the climb, indeed. Going up now, we're approaching initial climb speed. This is the climb I really want to speed I'm going to climb at. Righty, now let's check the cockpit. Cockpit's looking good. We're now increasing our climb rate. Now we're going up. Climbing, climbing, climbing. I'm going to request 38,000 feet initially.
Shannon Center, Qatar Airways, Quebec, Tango Romeo 870.
At 39,000.
Request flight level 400.
It's a little higher than I wanted.
Qatar Airways, Quebec, Tango Romeo 870, climb and maintain flight level 190. Expect flight level 400.
Gonna do 390.
Climb and maintain flight level 190. Expect flight level 400. Qatar Airways, Quebec, Tango Romeo 870.
Just increase that by 1,000 feet. Whoops.
Shannon Center, Qatar Airways, Quebec, Tango Romeo 870. Request flight level 390.
Qatar Airways, Quebec, Tango Romeo 870, climb and maintain flight level 190.
There we go.
Expect flight level 390.
Climb and maintain flight level 190. Expect flight level 390. Qatar Airways,
Climb
Quebec,
up.
Tango Romeo 870.
There's the sun coming up. Beautiful. We perfectly made a look at the reflections on the surface. Alrighty. Very beautiful. We're entering the Irish Sea right now. We just left mainland Ireland. Go ahead and run our timer bob. Alrighty. Waiting for ATC to give us clearance to go up to cruising altitude, which can be 39,000 feet.
Qatar
There you
Airways,
go.
Quebec, Tango Romeo 870, climb and maintain flight level 310.
Back up we go.
Climb and maintain flight level 310. Qatar Airways, Quebec, Tango Romeo 870.
Ooh. Oh, look at that sunrise. That is really beautiful. I'm gonna start leveling it off a bit. Look at that sun. Look at this. It's beautiful. Check our display brightnesses a bit. It's like beautiful. Absolutely pretty. Alrighty, this is the Irish Sea right now we're entering. Beautiful cloud cover. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to now turn off the seatbelts. Is that fine? Alrighty. It was a dark, depressing airport when we took off. Now it's a beautiful, rich sky. Really pretty. Let's see what our aircon's looking at. 21 degrees all around. We're climbing over to flight level. We are doing good. Verifying all the switches are good, switched on, everything's on, good. Alrighty, we're 13 nautical miles away from our, what is it, yes, that's it. And then we're gonna start going. So let's check where we are on the map. So if we drag this over here, we're gonna find that we are around this area because Pessett's right there, about 10 nautical miles from Pessett's. So we're around here. So yeah, we just exit the IRC. So yes. Do you guys hear audio good and everything? Does everyone hear audio nicely and comfortably? Just enjoying the sunrise. Amazing. Amazing. Anyway, how you been, Mr. Sloth Thunder? How's your day been? Doing a slight right turn over there. Hope your day was doing good. Beautiful. We have barely a wind at only 4 knots. It's hardly windy up here. It's a very calm day too. It's very beautiful. Approaching 30,000 feet.
Qatar Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo 870 contact, Manchester Center on 118.775. Good day.
Good day.
118.775 for Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870.
Beautiful. Now we're moving on to our next waypoint.
Manchester Center Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870 is at flight level tree 05 climbing flight level tree 10.
Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870 Manchester Center. Continue to Sierra Tango uniform as planned. Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870 climb and maintain flight level tree 990.
Alrighty. Now we've been authorized to cruising altitude, 39,000 feet.
Climb and maintain flight level tree 990 Qatar Airways Quebec
And let's
Tango
get this
Romeo
beautiful bird
870.
climbing. Look at this. IRC right now. We'll be coming into British airspace shortly. I found that's actually Britain right there. It's hard to see with this lighting, or with the sun right in front of us, but this is Britain right here. I don't know if you can see the terrain versus the sea, but yes. We are climbing up to cruising up to 39,000 feet. The wind's barely blowing at only 4 knots, so we're having a very, very smooth flight. Hopefully no turbulence whatsoever. Once we reach cruising altitude, I'm going to go ahead and make an announcement to our beautiful passengers, letting them know that they're going to be alive. That they're going to be alive. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get the first officer's crap kind of done up. There we go. And I'm actually going to go ahead and turn off the overhead lighting for the top panel for now. Actually, no, I'll keep it on for now. Beautiful. Well, anyway, how's everyone's day been? Slav, how's your day been? If you're still in chat. 350 nautical miles from Charles de Gaulle Airport. However, we're going to start our descent pretty early, right when we reach Niger. Once we enter the channel, or not the channel, excuse me. Yeah, the British Channel. And switch it to Niger. Point. That's where we're going to start our descent. And Niger, and then we're going to go to GWC. GWC is going to be once we reach it. Once we actually, how far is GWC? Golf Whiskey Charlie. 180 nautical miles away. So at 180 nautical miles, let's go ahead and quickly count. I know we're not even at cruising altitude, but let's go ahead and quickly switch to back to return. Yep. So Golf Whiskey Charlie, we're going to be at 26,000 feet. Let's pull up our calculator. So sync altitude, actually it's 39,000 feet. And our target altitude is going to be 26,000 feet. At a 1,500 foot per minute decrease, 70 nautical miles. So we'll have to start it about 100 nautical miles from now, which is not that long, to be honest. Considering, I mean, this is not really a long flight, neither. Ready, let's go ahead and walk through our flight plan, make sure we don't have any copies. Vapid, GWC Wafu. Correct? My flight plan's correct. Ready, approaching cruising altitude, 38, we're passing 38,000 feet now. Barely a wind at only 4 knots. Ready. Approaching cruise altitude. And we should be at cruising altitude any second. 39,000. There we go. We're at cruise altitude now. Let me go ahead and make an announcement to the passengers. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. We've approached cruising altitude, so please keep yourself comfortable and happy. If there's anything we can do to make your flight more comfortable, please let us know. We're at 39,000 feet at the moment. We'll be starting our descent actually kind of shortly, within the next 30 minutes or so. But we appreciate you flying with us. Interrupt me.
We've just reached our cruising altitude for the flight. As it begins to settle in, I do want to remind you to please keep your feet and elbows clear from the aisle as the flight attendants will be coming through the cabin with galley cards shortly. Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating with the front galley where the flight deck door is located. Thank you.
You heard him. Beautiful. And we have the beautiful sun right in our eyes as we're flying over the UK right now. That's fun. Let me go ahead and turn off our overhead lights as we don't need them anymore. It's bright enough. I'm going to dim these lights. Not turn them off completely, just dim them. These lights can go ahead and turn off. I need the autopilot lights to be illuminated. Boom. Maybe lightly. There you go, 50%. Alrighty, we're at a beautiful cruising altitude. We are approaching... where is it? Alrighty. Back to program. 115 nautical miles. According to our computer, we need to descend in 66. Probably the next 50 nautical miles. However, that will not be a straight in. That'll be initially 26,000 feet. But we'll be cruising at 20 or 18,000 feet for a few moments to... Anyways. I digress.
Manchester Center Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870 would like to change destination to de Gaulle.
Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870 is cleared to de Gaulle Airport as filed.
Yeah, I know what that's about.
Squawk 0422.
Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870 cleared to de Gaulle Airport as filed.
I don't know about it.
Squawk 0422.
I don't really know what that's about, but
Qatar
whatever.
Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870, read that correct. Radar contact, flight level 390. Continue to Marlborough turning and following heading 120 descend and maintain flight level 250.
Continue to Mobro turning and following heading 120 descend and maintain flight level 250 Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870.
No, it's I don't know what that's about. I don't know why it's wanted me to.
Manchester Center Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870. Request flight level 230.
Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870 descend and maintain flight level 250.
Why? No.
Descend and maintain flight level 250. Expect flight level 230.
That is not what's
Qatar Airways
happening. I'm at
Quebec
cruise
Tango
altitude.
Romeo 870. Manchester Center Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870. Request flight level 330.
Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870 descend and maintain flight level 340.
No, I don't know what's going on, ATC, but I'm not ready to. No, okay, you know what? Screw you. I'm just gonna increase it by another 6,000 feet.
Descend
Hooray.
and maintain flight level
Not
340.
descending.
Expect flight level 330.
We're gonna
Qatar Airways
request
Quebec
our
Tango
altitude that we're at now. I have no
870.
idea how it just magically switched over to that. And another 6,000 feet.
Manchester Center Qatar Airways Quebec
There you
Tango
go.
Romeo 870. Request flight level 390.
Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870 descend and maintain flight level 390.
I'm at 390.
Descend and maintain flight level 390. Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870.
We're at flight level 390. I don't care. Go screw you. Alright, beautiful flight though so far. Sun's coming up. We're over the mainland England. Very, very beautiful. Our passengers are also enjoying the flight. I do not know what that was all about. But we're gonna pretend that never happened. But how's everyone's day been? How's everyone's day been going? Hope everyone's day has been doing good. Let me know however you guys' day been going in chat. But beautiful so far. Balls. Yes. Ooh, beautiful. Over mainland England right now. If we pull up our flight plan machine 9000, we can see we're approaching, what is it, Okisi? Yeah, Okisi. Approaching Okisi. So we're around over Bath right now, Bath, Bristol, Bath, around that area. Past Cardiff a long time ago. We're not going to be in London airspace, thankfully, and then we're going to make a sharp right turn into the English Channel and go from there.
Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870 contact London Center on 118.475. Good day.
Oh, London Center, I suppose.
118.475 Qatar Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo 870. London Center Qatar Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo 870 flight level 390.
Alrighty, how far are we here? We're 72 nautical miles.
Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo 870 London Center. Continue to buybacks as planned.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and request flight level. Let's go to our altitude charts. Let's pull that up. So we need to be at, whoops, where'd that go? So Golf Whiskey Charlie, we're just be at flight level 26,000 or flight level 260. And that we have calculated on our calculator 9,000 at this altitude at 39,000 feet. At 26,000 feet, doing a standard 1,500 foot per minute descent. We need to descend 65 nautical miles. There we go. So let's go ahead and request flight level 260.
London Center Qatar Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo 870. Request flight level 290.
Qatar Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo 870.
So let's start our descent.
And maintain flight level 290.
Go ahead and request
Descend
seatbelts.
and maintain flight level 290 Qatar Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo 870.
Ready. Starting your descent. Now to 29,000 feet. We're going to need to do another 3,000 foot descent.
London Center Qatar
Okay.
Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo 870. Request flight level 260.
260. Maintaining 7
Qatar
knots.
Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo 870. Descend and maintain flight level 290. Expect flight level 260.
Ready. Starting our descent. Beautiful. Coming in beautiful. Now, Wafu, we have to be at 24,000 feet, but that's hardly a big descent from 26,000 feet. So we have this entire row. Time I'm talking. We have this entire row to descend 2,000 feet, which is more than acceptable.
Descend and maintain flight level 290. Expect flight level 260 Qatar Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo 870.
Beautiful. It's beautiful weather outside. Barely any winds out there, so that's great. That sounds a little nifty. Looks good, we don't have any repeats. Let's go ahead and start entering the data. So, I'm going to pull out the Printer 9000. I guarantee you none of you guys have this on your Airbus A320. So let's go to AOC menu. Weather request. Have I ever played For Honor before? I have not played For Honor. I hear many good things about that game. I'm thinking about it. Is it good? Do you like it, Slav? We can send that. We see... back there, received messages. No messages received yet. Oh, that's just nice. And decrease our seatbelts. Oh, that's good to hear. I may get into For Honor. It seems like a fun game. Ready, we are descending. 8,000 feet to go, but we're doing good nonetheless. Alrighty, let's go ahead and enter our information for the airport. So they have a pressure of 1028. So their pressure is program 1028 is their pressure. More programming, that's fun. Their temperature is 11 degrees. Their winds are looking at 250 at 9 knots. Transition altitude is going to be 4,000 feet. 431 is going to be our minimums. Beautiful. We're going to do a full config. The computer wants us to land at 123 knots, so that should be no problem. We're going to take a direct flight to GWC. Beautiful turn. We're going to be entering the English Channel shortly, so that's going to be very fun. Alrighty. Set another 4,000 feet. Oh good, we finally got our A test back. Atsu. AOC. Watch this, gentlemen, watch this, watch this. I'm gonna take our newest one, me now. Print. Boom. And we're going to put that right there. That's amazing. Now we have our information for our flight. And if we look at it closer.
Qatar Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo 870 descend and maintain flight level 260.
Right, 260 or whatever. Then we can see this is for LFPG, so Charles de Gaulle Airport. We have winds 250 at 09 knots. We have a few clouds at 2,000 feet. Some broken. Yes. Shut up, I'm talking.
Did you hear my last transmission?
Yes, shut up.
Descend and maintain
Broken
flight
clouds at
level
23,000
260
feet.
Qatar Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo 870.
Altimeter at 10,028. And no significant threats. Good. We're now breaking through 28,000 feet. We have our weather going. My coffee is warm still. Everyone's happy. I think we're all good. Let's go ahead and get a new waypoint. This can be a good thing about this computer. This thing can pretty much go any waypoint you want. So Wafu. Beautiful. So Wafu is going to be our next waypoint we have to descend to, and if we bring back our chart 9000, we can see Wafu is going to be a flight level 230. So we have to descend another 3,000 feet once we exit Golf Whiskey Charlie. So we're now stabilizing at altitude. Still maintain the same Mach number. Doing a turn. Now we are about to start. Are we over the English? No, we're still over the British mainland. Let's go and decrease altitude by another 3,000 feet.
London Center Qatar Airways, Quebec, Tango Romeo 870. Request flight level 230.
230, please.
Qatar Airways, Quebec, Tango Romeo 870 descend and maintain flight level 230.
Do a light descent, 600 feet per minute. Hardly descent.
Descend and maintain flight level 230 Qatar Airways, Quebec, Tango
800.
Romeo 870.
Beautiful. Hey, we're descending 3,000, another 2,000 feet to get to Wafu right now along the strait. So if we pull up our chart 9000, said if we pull up our chart 9000, we can see Wafu is approximately about 23,000 feet, 24,000 feet-ish. So we're just descending down there a bit. After that, we'll be okay for a few nautical miles, and we're going to have to descend pretty sharply down to Petax, which is going to be a flight level 180, 190. More importantly, buybacks. Sweet. Make our announcement. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. I got my flight pilot's license from a hot air balloon company I flew over. Anyways, thank you for flying Ryanair. What's it called? Thank you for flying Qatar Airways. We're now starting up. As you notice, we're probably much slower than we were before. We're starting our descent now. So yes, enjoy the flight. Once more, we'll be coming in for landing shortly. And listen to the damn flight attendants. Thank you. Ready. About to be there. Just reduce speed to 315 knots. As you can see, we still have a little way, so we're going to increase that to 500 feet per minute. It's a less. I do know one thing.
Qatar Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo 870. Please expedite your descent. Flight level 230.
Fine, you want to expedite? I expedite. There we go, and we're going to start leveling off. We're at 23,000 feet. Look at that reflection. That's really pretty, the sun deep in the sky. I usually do a night flight of this, but figured daytime would be much prettier. A bit more scenic. Okay, now we're ending the English mainland, and now we're flying over the English Channel right now. And soon we're going to start entering France. So yes, should be all fun. French airspace. Alrighty. The landing at... opening up a pack of crisps. Anyways, excuse me. The landing at Charles de Gaulle is always fun. We have fun landing when we touch down. Checking all of our stuff. Bleed air looks good. Pressure in the cockpit looks good as well. Fuel on board looks good as well. Cockpit is nice and cozy. Alrighty, I think we were pretty good though on that. So right, let's continue. Now Mobro does say, what's it called, flight level 7,000 feet. However, that is not true. It's always 17,000 feet. Pull up our nav chart. So Mobro says 12,000. It's actually 12,000 feet. But ATC always, because I flew this flight a few times already, ATC always orders 17,000 feet. But I'll follow it 12,000 feet. And we'll see what happens from there. I'm going to go ahead and ask for 12,000 feet now.
London Center, Qatar Airways, Quebec, Tango Romeo 870. Request 13,000 feet.
Qatar Airways, Quebec Tango
Oh,
Romeo
thank you.
870 contact, Paris Center on 119er, decimal 825. Good day.
Good day.
119er, decimal 825 for Qatar Airways, Quebec, Tango Romeo 870. Paris Center, Qatar Airways, Quebec, Tango Romeo 870, flight level 230.
Qatar Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo 870, Paris Center. Continue to buybacks as planned.
Wait, I think we should...
Qatar Airways,
There we go.
Quebec Tango Romeo
So maintain
870,
17,000.
descend and maintain 17,000 feet. Expect 13,000 feet.
Let's go ahead and seatbelt that.
Descend and maintain 17,000 feet. Expect 13,000 feet. Qatar Airways, Quebec, Tango Romeo 870.
Starting to descend down even more. We are pretty low. I've seen a lot of people typically just not descend to 23,000 feet like I was. They just fly over at 39 cruise altitude and then start descending. But and I've always figured this was the most best way, but who knows? I could be wrong. I'm just following the chart. Alrighty. Sweet, sweet, sweet. We're coming in nicely. This can be a very fun landing. Now we're entering mainland France. That's fun, of course. Alrighty, the airport is right here, actually. So, as you can see, that's the manual segment of it. So we're going to pass this part. That's the ILS approach area. So I'm going to pass this part around here-ish. I'm going to have to do this manual. I'm going to select manual heading control. And we're just going to fly around heading 165-ish, 170 for a little bit until we start to line up the ILS localizer. And then from the localizer, we'll just fly the ILS pattern down. So that won't be too bad. But let's first get there. So now we're entering the French coastline. Reduce speed by 5 knots. Start descending in. It's the French coastline right there. Switch to a different cam. Let's go to this one. I think is pretty. Already approaching 13 or 17,000 feet. We're going to send another 4,000 feet, hopefully.
Qatar Airways,
There it is.
Quebec Tango Romeo 870 descend and maintain 13,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 13,000 feet. Qatar Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo 870.
Actually gonna go 14,000 feet.
Paris Center, Qatar Airways, Quebec.
It's
Tango
anywhere from
Romeo
13 to
870.
17,000 feet.
Request 14,000 feet.
We're just gonna go like that. We're entering the beautiful French
Qatar
coastline.
Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo
There you go.
870 descend and maintain 14,000 feet.
There you go. And then ATC from there on will tell me where they need us.
Descend and maintain 14,000 feet. Qatar Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo 870.
Alrighty. Doing good so far? Doing good indeed. Outside air temperature is negative 16. Total air temperature, which simply means that's the temperature of the air that's being affected by us because, well, we're kind of moving pretty quickly. So air heats up as we fly next to it. So that's the temperature of the air that's around the plane. That's it without it being affected by us. And that's our fuel temperature. I'm going to now reduce speed to 300 knots. Slow it down just a little bit. We're going to now start our approach into Charles de Gaulle. It's going to be fun. So we're coming down to 14,000 feet, slowing down to 300 knots. And we're going to see what we're going to do. Hello everyone to join. Appreciate you guys joining in. We've just entered French airspace. Alrighty, 300 knots. And coming down to 14,000 feet. Leveling off. Look at that wing flexing. A light turbulence, but that shouldn't be a big issue. There are a few clouds, of course, but nothing horrendous. There are a few clouds up there coming down. From now on, we're up to the control of ATC and what they want to do with us.
Qatar Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo 870, contact Paris Center on 125.7. Good day.
125.7 for Qatar Airways, Quebec, Tango Romeo 870. Paris Center, Qatar Airways, Quebec, Tango Romeo 870, 14,000 feet.
Qatar Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo 870, Paris Center altimeter 29.902. Continue to Bacour as planned.
Bacour. Okay. Alright, now any moment now we should start getting clearance stuff to Charles de Gaulle. Any moment should start telling us we are X miles this direction, clear to this approach, blah blah blah. Hopefully. There it is.
Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo 870. You are 54 miles northwest. Descend and maintain 13,000 feet. Keep speed, not above 250 knots. Expect ILS runway 26 left approach via Mobro transition. Clear to Mobro.
Alright, we're going to start descending. I'm going to order the plane to do a pretty sharp descent. Engines I see kill down to idle. I'm going to actually start introducing a little bit of speed brake.
Qatar Airways, Quebec Tango
Okay, 7,000 feet that is.
870, descend and maintain 7,000 feet.
Ready, pretty sharp descent as we see. We're going to acknowledge that.
Descend and maintain
Engines are
7,000
idling.
feet. Expect ILS runway 26 left approach via Mobro
Start the
transition.
speed brakes coming
Clear
out.
to Mobro, Qatar Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo 870.
Ready. 7,000 feet it is. Right, I'm going to go ahead and now switch it over to 1028. I'll start introducing a lot of speed brakes in here. So that's 245. Got a little bit of a steeper descent. A little bit more speed brakes. Alright, full speed brakes in. Alright, just slow this bird down a little bit. I'm gonna reduce the descent rate just a slight bit, so we can kill our airspeed, bleed it off. Brakes are fully down or out. Ready. We can reduce the speed brakes a bit. We can increase the climb a bit. As we can see, our engine's starting to spool. need that much speed brake, then we'll reduce it. Once he says, see the engine start coming back up, and we don't need that speed brake anymore. Entering 1700, we're inside clouds, but the temperature is above freezing, so I'm not worried about any ice, but for good measure, I'll fire up the engine ice systems. Alright, I'm going to start reducing the speed brake quite a lot now. Start gaining airspeed again. Ready? Start to level off now. There it is. Once we level off, speed brake's fully in. Ready? 7,000 feet. Pretty good. Anti-ice system is on. I'm gonna turn on the lighting just a little bit. I do enjoy seeing a little bit of lights over here, even though it's daytime. Ready, 7,000 feet. Ready. That should be quite interesting now. We're actually going to slow down to 240 knots. Temperature's above freezing, so I'm not necessarily worried about icing. You would worry about icing when you're going through clouds or heavy humidity areas. At negative temperatures, that's when you would worry about ice. But clouds are very humid areas, as we can all know. So when you start descending through the cloud layers, when we start descending through the cloud layers, and it's negative air temperature outside, then you really need to think about using your icing system. But if it's not, then it's not a necessity. But I have the engine ices on, so. Alright, let's go and tune the Gualle approach.
Approach Qatar Airways, Quebec, Tango Romeo 8707,000 feet.
Right.
Qatar Airways, Quebec, Tango Romeo
Oh, 2992.
De Gaulle approach altimeter 29.902. Continue to PG
Where is it?
528 as planned.
290902. Copy that. Okay, we're a little low. That alarm is not really a horrible alarm, just letting us know we're slightly below our set altitude, so that's not a oh shit, that's just letting you know. It just sounds aggressive, but once we level off at our altitude. Boom, maintaining altitude. So you can tell the air temperature is 2 degrees above, and we're flying through clouds, but we're okay for now. Sooner or later, we're going to have to start slowing down a little bit harder and get our flaps out, but we're not going to do that just yet. As you can see, for our first level of flaps, we need to be below 230 knots. Go ahead and turn that up a bit more. Same here. So now we're waiting for ATC to tell us to descend even further. And then once we go do that, we're going to turn into De Gaulle. So you can see once we pass PG 528, we're going to have to do our own little work and make a right turn to CF 26 left. Turn on our localizer, which is going to align us with the runway at hand. And then from there on, once we get aligned, we turn on our glide slope, and simply we're gonna automatically go right into the runway. So that's gonna be fun. Land mode. Let me check what's up with this. Yeah, okay. I'll slow it down just a little more to 235. We're going to verify that we have ILS system going. Indeed we do. Passing PG 528 in 1.5 nautical miles. I'll fire up wing anti-ice just in case we'll be flying through some clouds. I want to ensure that we don't have any possible chance of icing. Beautiful clouds. Alrighty. Descend and maintain 4,000.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Qatar Airways, Quebec, Tango
sorry.
Romeo 870, acknowledge last transmission.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet, Qatar Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo 870.
We're descending down. Now we can turn off our icing systems. We definitely don't need it now, since we're ready. What is the air pressure in Gualle? Ready. Now you allow speed brakes once more. We're just gonna drop her down to number 1 flaps for now. To 40 nautical miles. There you go, and then from now on. Descending down. Descending down. Actually, do just 225. Dropping down. Speed brakes coming out. Speed brakes being retracted. We're at altitude. And now it's up to us. We're in manual control right now. It's now up to us to manually. Let's go ahead and put in flaps 1. Flaps are coming out. Slow down just a little harder. 220. And now I'm going to start slowly turning, but I'm going to start turning it into the ILS system. Landing system on. Should have been on a while ago. And now I'm going to go ahead and change our approach altimeter to 1028. We're going to descend. There you go. Altimeter is going to start coming out. Ready. Now we're gonna start turning it a little sharper at 167-ish. Around another 5 knots. We're not gonna use landing lights. Of course, we don't need that. It's not really dark. Alrighty. I'm not going to slow it down to 195. Start cutting in a little harder. Turn it in a little harder. And select flaps too. There's the flaps coming down. Slow it down a little harder to 185. Beautiful. Icing turn off. To 180 nautical or knots. Once we start going on final, I'm gonna bring down the gear, but for now the gear can stay up. So we're gonna close it in just a bit more. Let's do 185 heading. Alrighty. Down a little bit to 175. Bring out flaps 3. Flaps 3 is out. Anti-ice turns on. It's a control issue I have. Alrighty. About to start aligning on final. That's a 170. 190.
Qatar Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo 870. You are 19 miles east of de Gaulle. Contact de Gaulle Tower on 118.655 when inbound on the
Let's
approach.
turn in.
Tower on 118.655. Qatar Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo 870.
Qatar Airways,
De Gaulle
Quebec
Tower,
Tango
Qatar Airways,
Romeo
Quebec Tango
870,
Romeo
De Gaulle Tower.
87019 miles.
Localizer mode is on.
ILS runway 26 left approach.
268 F4. Cleared ILS runway 26 left approach.
Right, we're now localizer on the runway. Sending thrust to auto. Just gonna kill the airspeed now. We're aligning on the localizer. Meaning we're aligning on the runway itself. So now we're using the ILS system to align us automatically on the runway. And then we're gonna bring out full flaps. Flaps are on full. So gears can start coming down. Had to just chip on the power real quick. Beacon lights are on. Low auto brakes. Running through checklist. Right. Wing lights on. Taxi takeoff lights are on. Runway turnoff lights are on. We do not need any other lighting system for now. Now we're going to start waiting for the ILS approach line to meet the middle. From there on, we're going to go ahead and switch her to approach mode. We see the runway right there. There's Charles de Gaulle. Middle of a field, might I add. Paris is kind of this urban area of Paris here. Ready. And now we're waiting for this align, this cube, which is our glide slope, to meet this yellow marker. From there, we're going to approach. We're going to activate localizer or approach mode, and then we're going to start descending accordingly. So config, flaps are out, no smugging is on, right? All that's good, lights are on. Let's go ahead and arm the speed brakes. Ready, now we're going to hit approach mode. So now we're going to go ahead and follow down this glide slope. Now we're going to start descending down. Can't see the runway just yet, but we're okay. I have a good idea. There's just a mean cloud blocking the way. There you go, flying the glide slope down. Alrighty. ILS system is
2,500.
Thank you. There's our JPWS system. Localizer is connected. Glide slope is connected. We're perfect. Lighting's on. All that's on. Ground spoilers are armed. Clock can stop. That's just for me to know. Ready? There's the runway. We see we have visual. There's Charles de Gaulle in all its glory. There are the other two runways. So there's 4 runways on Charles de Gaulle. Well, 8 technically, but 4 physical pavements. Ready? Alright, we're full landing configuration on. Let's see how much we can butter this plane. Set, landing system set, all that's set. Flaps are to full. Speed brakes are armed. Alrighty, coming down. Passing 2,400 feet. There's runway around 700 feet. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect autopilot and manually bring her in. Because we're not trying to do an auto landing here. We're just physically just trying to do a normal landing. Passing 1,800 feet. There are ILS beacons right there.
1,000.
1,000. We're coming in. Beautifully on final, might I add. Okay, once we pass about another few hundred feet, I'm going to go ahead and disable the autopilot. Autopilot's been disconnected.
500.
Alright, that's now all up to me now. Alrighty,
400.
I have control of the aircraft. Winds are beautiful, only 4 knots. Hardly a crosswind. Okay,
300. $200. 2.
Coming on center line.
100.
Start flaring a little bit.
50.
Since it says retard, we're going to cut the throttle.
30. 20. Retard.
Idle throttle.
5.
Absolutely beautiful. Reverse thrust set. Beautiful butter. Beautiful butter. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and start up the APU. Beautiful. Auto brakes out. Or in. And flaps fully in. Beautiful. Flaps are in. That was a very beautiful content landing. Very happy with that. Ready. Let's go ahead and tune ground. Request taxi to gates.
De Gaulle ground, Qatar Airways, Quebec, Tango Romeo 870 taxi to the gate.
Landing system off.
Qatar Airways, Quebec Tango Romeo 870 taxi to gate Alpha 4 using taxiway Sierra Tree, cross runway 08 left Tango 6 Romeo Tango, Tree Tango, Alpha 2 Papa 1.
Taxiing to gate Alpha 4 using taxiway Sierra Tree, cross runway 08 left Tango 6 Romeo Tango, Tree Tango Alpha 2 Papa 1 Qatar Airways Quebec Tango Romeo 870.
Beautiful. Alrighty. Beautiful. Is our APU on? APU's on? Good. Let's go make sure no planes are on final. We're safe to clear across the runway. Indeed we are. Beautiful landing. Whew, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Slow it down just a bit. is our gate. Ready, Mr. Gate. Do I have Mr. Ground Guide to tell me where to go? And stop. Parking brake set. Shutting down engine 1. Shutting down engine 2. Beautiful.
Yes, sirs, I disarmed.
The doors verified?
Ready. Let's go ahead and start disembarking passengers. Alright, let's start disembarking them. Alrighty. Lights off. Beautiful. Now disembarking our passengers. External power's connected. Right, let's go ahead and shut down our ADER system. Ready, dome lights on, that's good, that's good, no smoking's on, that's good. Alright, let's go. Now we just wait for our passengers to disembark, and we'll be all sweet to go. Let's go ahead and now work through our displays, or not displays, but our shutdown procedures, so stand by that. Let's go ahead and shut down our weather radar, which was not really neat to us today, just because of how the flight went. The floodlights, those are all good, those are all good. Let's go ahead and turn off our autopilot panel lighting. Go ahead and dim that. Turn off our flight director and our essentials. Alrighty. TCAS standby. Parking brake set. AP bleeds on, correct. Set ATC to auto. Alt. There you go. Ready. That's all good. We have 75 people remaining. Beautiful. Let's go check the aircon. What's that? What's up with that? Crew supply off. Let's go ahead and turn off our fuel pumps except the APU pump. Engines are off. Beautiful. 68 passengers being disembarked. Ready. I guess let's start wrapping up the stream. I mean, theoretically, we're already on the ground safely in Charles de Gaulle after that beautiful flight. 63 passengers. Well, anyways, gentlemen, I'm not going to end the stream just yet. We're going to have to wait for these passengers to disembark, and we'll properly shut down this aircraft, since there's still passengers on this plane. We can't properly disconnect it from electricity. Thank you, everyone, for watching the stream. Thank you to a lot of great people for helping me support. Please join our Discord server down below. I appreciate everyone who joins. We do a lot of flight simulation, and we do War Thunder and many games like that. Please let me know what I can do to improve at future streams. The stream wasn't very populated, but that's fine. I'm grateful for everyone who did join, show up, and thank you. For the most part, it's going to be something like this on Come Fly With Me. I am recording this too, so this entire flight was recorded. So if you missed the part, or you're just too lazy to go back through it, you can just go ahead and watch the recording of it when it is released in a few days. I hope you guys didn't have any quality issues. Please let me know if you guys had quality issues. So yes, okay, go to our EGT pages. Bring that up, actually. Pages have been crossed out. Good. 50 passengers remaining. All cargo has been disembarked. I can go ahead and close the cargo door. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and start shutting down the APU, just because it takes a good minute for the APU to indeed shut down. So I'm going to go ahead and monitor the aircon page, see if they're a comfortable temperature. It is, according to the ATIS, it is it's 11 degrees Celsius here. So it's not too bad. So APU shut off on, master off. Ready? And as you'll notice, the APU doesn't immediately shut down. It takes a few minutes for it to actually click off, and that is what I'm waiting for. So as you can see the APU master switch is selected off. However, the APU has not physically began shutting down yet. Alrighty, we have 28 passengers left to go. Alrighty, we're at 21 passengers left to go. Passengers left to go. We're disembarking these aircraft. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to type them in chat. This is the perfect time to talk about life. Beautifully modeled aircraft. Ready. APU has not even said. APU has not even shut down yet. There you go. APU shutting down. APU is offline. 7 passengers left to go. Go ahead now and turn off the batteries as well as the fuel pump. We still have power because of the external power. 5 passengers left to go. Alrighty. We can now think about actually properly shutting this down. So, lighting set to off. Dim you guys down. Dim you guys down. Dim you guys down. Dim that down. B set to off. That's off. Good, good, good. Squat code clear. That's good. Fuel pumps off. Air doors off. Everyone's disembarked. We are going to keep the jet bridge connected to us for now. I think we are good to go. So that's everything's turned off. Good, good. Everyone's disembarked. Perfect. Ready. Let's go ahead and power this thing off. Quiet. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for flying with me. I appreciate everyone's time, effort, and enjoyment. I hope you guys enjoyed this flight. As I said, if you guys want to rewatch this, there will be a recording of this soon posted, so please keep an eye out for that. Please join our Discord server if you haven't. Really appreciate it. Thank you everyone for flying with Qatar Airlines, Captain Swedish. I appreciate everyone's time. Thank you everyone for watching. Have a phenomenal rest of your night. Have a great one, guys. Take care. Goodbye.